Okay, imagine this. You wake up, middle of the night, and it's not a noise, it's just this feeling. You know something's there with you, watching. Tonight, we're doing a deep dive. We're looking into that kind of fear, the uncanny, especially when it feels like it's happening, right inside your own home. Our goal here is to kind of unpack these things. We've got personal stories, some psych research, even folklore stuff. We want to give you a sense of why these moments feel so incredibly real. And tonight's main story, our case study, if you will, comes from Rachel in Ohio. We're calling this one The Thing in the Hallway.
Yeah, and what's really striking looking across the sources is how often these deeply unsettling things start in really normal places, like home. So Rachel, she moves into this old house, Victorian style, just outside Cincinnati, winter of 2016. Big place, over 100 years old, and importantly, she's there alone. And she said right away, the air just felt heavy. Her words were like the house was holding its breath.
Ooh, holding its breath. That sets a mood immediately, doesn't it? In the accounts we looked at, how often does it start like that? Just a feeling before anything, happens?
It's surprisingly common. It's often a precursor. This feeling of dread, or like something's just off, it seems to prime people, makes them hyper-aware. It can make you read into things, or even just feel watched, like Rachel described. She woke up, it was around 2:47 a.m., no sound, just this crushing fear. And she said she absolutely knew she wasn't dreaming. This was happening.
Okay, that specific time, 2:47 a.m., that jumps out. Is there anything in the psychological sources about that, those early morning hours?
Well, it's interesting you mention that. That sort of time frame does pop up a lot in these accounts. Physiologically speaking, it can line up with deep REM sleep cycles. Your brain's super active then, vivid dreams, strong emotions, but your body's essentially paralyzed if you sort of brush up against consciousness in that state.
Sleep paralysis.
Exactly. You can get these terrifying hallucinations that feel completely real, layered onto your actual surroundings.
Yeah.
That's one explanation the research offers for experiences like Rachel's. It doesn't make it less terrifying for the person, though.
Right, so okay, she's awake, terrified, feeling watched. She decides she needs water, and the path is down this narrow hallway. And there's a full-length mirror right at the end. You can kind of feel the tension just from that setup.
Oh, absolutely. The environment itself plays a huge role. Long, narrow space, mirror reflecting what's behind you. It's almost designed to trigger those primal fears. And as she walks past it, that's when she sees it in the reflection. Standing behind her, this figure. Tall, she said. Really pale.
Yeah.
Just inhuman.
Oh, man.
Her first reaction, pure instinct. She spins around. Nothing. Empty hallway. Just nothing there.
Okay, but then, this is where it gets really weird, right? She looks back at the mirror.
Yes. She looks back into the mirror, and the figure hadn't just stayed there, it had moved. It was closer now.
Closer in the mirror, but not in the hall. How does that even work? What's going on there, perceptually?
Well, that's where things get really blurry, isn't it? Between perception, fear, belief. Our sources talk about how the brain tries to make sense of things, filling gaps, especially under stress. Could it be pareidolia, seeing patterns? Maybe. But in that state of intense fear, the mind can conjure incredibly vivid, convincing illusions. And her description is chilling. Black, hollow eyes, she said.
Yeah.
A mouth stretched way too wide, like unnaturally wide. It wasn't blinking. It wasn't moving.
But it's breathing.
But somehow, yes, it was breathing. She could hear it. Slow, wet, raspy breaths.
Yeah.
Think about that. Something breathing but perfectly still, not blinking. It just feels fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, that detail, breathing without moving, that's deeply disturbing. It breaks the rules of, everything. So what did she do? She must have been petrified.
Pure adrenaline. Fight or flight kicked in hard. She just ran back to her bedroom, slammed the door, and locked it. Total panic.
I would too, absolutely.
Yeah. But it wasn't over. According to her account, almost right away, she hears scratching. On the wall.
On the wall of her room.
Yeah, and the detail that makes it even worse. She was specific. It sounded like it was coming from the inside of the wall.
Hold on, from the inside. Okay, that changes things. That's not just something in the house. That's like part of the house itself turning against you. What do the sources say about that? Folklore, maybe?
Exactly. It taps right into that classic trope of the haunted house as this living, breathing, malevolent thing. It's not just an intruder, it's the structure itself. It completely strips away that feeling of safety you should have at home. She said she put her ear right up against the plaster, trying to figure out the scratching. And she heard whispers. Faint, but definitely whispers. Coming from inside the wall.
Whispers inside the wall. Okay, I think I'd be gone at that point. So what happened then? Did she just wait it out until morning?
She did. She must have been absolutely terrified all night. But the morning brought something else. Something that, for her, seemed like proof. On that same hallway mirror, where she saw the figure, there were fingerprints.
Fingerprints, like actual physical evidence.
Yeah, bloody, smudged fingerprints. But they were wrong. That's the word she used. They just looked profoundly wrong. Physical traces, even ambiguous ones, often cement these experiences for people. Makes it undeniable in their mind.
Wrong how? What was wrong about them?
They weren't human prints. According to Rachel, they clearly showed 6 fingers.
6.
6 fingers. And they were long. Thin. Like unnaturally long and thin. Whatever left them. It wasn't something that fit our normal understanding of biology.
Wow. 6 fingers and bloody.
And underneath the prints, smeared in the same red substance, was one word.
Let me guess. Not welcome.
No, just stay.
Stay. Okay. That's direct and incredibly chilling. So, did she stay?
Not a chance. She was out of there. Packed up and moved out just 2 days later. Completely understandable, right?
Absolutely. I mean, after that, no way. That experience sounds like it would just shatter your sense of reality, your safety.
It really does. And her leaving so fast, it speaks volumes.
Right.
It wasn't just a spooky night. It was something that fundamentally undermined her security. It echoes what we see in other accounts, too. You know, sometimes when a house remembers, it doesn't let go easily.
It watches, it whispers.
And sometimes the wall knows.
Yeah.